Welcome to Cosmic Mysteries. The universe is full of secrets, and we're just getting started. Look up. On a clear night, the human eye can see about 3,000 stars. But that is only a tiny fraction. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains more than 200 billion of them. And there are roughly 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. Here and there, among this ocean of light, a planet orbits. It may have an atmosphere, perhaps water, perhaps something that looks up at its own night sky and asks the very question that has haunted us for millennia. Are we alone? This is not rhetoric. This is an active scientific pursuit. And today, we have the tools, the mathematics, and the courage to search for an answer. In 2020, astrophysicists at the University of Nottingham published a study in the Astrophysical Journal that attempted to answer this question in quantitative terms. Their conclusion was at once astonishing and sobering. Our galaxy may contain at least 36 civilizations capable of sending signals into space. 36. Not millions, not thousands. 36. How did they arrive at that number? Through a refined version of the famous Drake equation, the formula that has been the primary tool of astrobiology since 1961. But the Nottingham team added a new assumption, which they called the Copernican principle. If intelligent life arose on Earth, it can arise on any similar planet under similar conditions. We are not the exception. We are the example. The key parameter of this model is the 5 billion year threshold. A mind comparable to ours requires at least 5 billion years of evolution. Our planet formed 4.5 billion years ago. So scientists look for stars older than our Sun, around which planets have been orbiting long enough for evolution to do its work. There is no shortage of candidates. Allow me to introduce you to a few of them. Proxima Centauri, B distance, just 4.2 light-years. By cosmic standards, a neighbor around the corner. This planet orbits within what is called the Goldilocks zone, the region where temperatures permit liquid water to exist. But there is a complication. Proxima b is most likely tidally locked. It always faces its star with the same side, just as the moon faces the Earth. One side, eternal day with unbearable heat. The other, eternal night with freezing cold. Between them lies a narrow twilight band where temperatures may be hospitable to life. Can a civilization emerge in perpetual twilight? We do not know, but we cannot rule it out. Kepler 62e. Distance, 200 light-years. A planet 60% larger than Earth. According to one hypothesis, its entire surface is covered by a single global ocean, without a single continent, without a single shore. Imagine a civilization that never knew dry land, that never gazed at a mountain horizon, that counted stars from the surface of an endless sea. This remains purely speculative, but the possibility alone is captivating. Gliese 667cc. 23 light-years away. This planet orbits one star of a triple star system, meaning its sky can simultaneously show 3 suns. But the most remarkable thing is something else entirely. The host star, Gliese 667c, is so ancient that it could theoretically have sustained intelligent life for 150 billion years, 10 times longer than the universe has existed. If intelligent life ever emerged there, it had incomparably more time to develop than we have had. What would a civilization become after 150 billion years of evolution? Our minds do not even have the categories for such an answer. Kepler 22b. 640 light-years away. Size, 2.4 times that of Earth. Surface temperature, approximately 22 degrees Celsius. Comfortable, almost Earth-like. But there is a paradox here that is difficult to grasp. If right now At this very moment, someone on Kepler 22b is looking through a telescope at our part of the galaxy. They see Earth as it was 640 years ago. The Middle Ages, the Plague, the 100 Years' War. Not a hint of a technological civilization. Light travels, but it travels slowly. And by the time our signal reaches Kepler 22b, another 640 years will have passed. And their reply will take just as long to return to us. We have already sent the message. But the wait for an answer, that belongs to our grandchildren's grandchildren. Pause for a moment. 36 civilizations within a single galaxy. 1 of 2 trillion. If even every galaxy contains just one civilization, the universe is home to at least 2 trillion intelligent species. 2 trillion points of light looking upward. 2 trillion questions asked into the darkness. And yet, we cannot reach any of them. The distances are so vast that even the closest of the 36 potential neighbors are thousands of light years away. With current technology, we cannot get there. We cannot hear them in real time. We cannot even be certain they still exist, for the light we see left its sources millennia ago. Humanity is not the center of the universe. We are, perhaps, only a dot. But this dot asks. And therein, perhaps, lies our uniqueness, not in size, not in strength, but in the fact that we, the only ones we know of, raised our eyes to the sky and asked, "Is there anyone else out there? What legacy do we leave in this cosmic sea?" Radio waves spreading outward in circles for 100 years already. The Voyager probes sailing into interstellar space with their golden records, a message in a bottle cast into an ocean without shores. We have already answered our own question through our actions. We behave as though someone is out there. If this video caught your attention, subscribe. Bex says there's so much more to discover. Let us return to Earth. Somewhere in the New Mexico desert or in the Chilean Andes, a telescope stands. A scientist, perhaps a young woman, perhaps an older man, stares into data. Rows of numbers, spectral lines, noise and signal. Most of what they see is noise. But sometimes, very rarely, something catches their attention. An anomaly, a repetition, something that does not fit a natural explanation. So far, none of those signals has withstood the test of time. So far, silence. But silence is not the answer, no. It is simply the absence of the answer, yes. The SETI project continues to listen. The James Webb Space Telescope is studying exoplanet atmospheres in search of biosignatures, chemical traces that only life could leave behind. New missions are being planned. New methods are being developed. Science is not a moment of revelation. It is a process. Slow, methodical, honest in the face of the unknown. And here is what matters. Even if we receive no answer within our lifetimes, the search itself changes us. It reminds us how fragile and precious this pale blue dot is. It makes us see one another differently, as the only known bearers of reason in an infinite cosmos. Perhaps we are alone. Perhaps we are not. But as long as we do not know the answer, we have a choice. Either retreat into our own smallness or keep asking. Humanity has chosen the latter. And that choice, in and of itself, is already an answer. The search goes on.